morning. We are on day 8 and today is Ketchikan. It is a very early start. We actually have to meet at the pier at like 7, so that's meeting and all that and getting off ship. So early morning, but so far the weather looks beautiful. Hopefully it'll hold out. It doesn't look like it's downpouring raining, so that's good. Today is another like excursion where we're going to be taking a boat and looking at scenery and waterfalls and probably some wildlife, and then we get a crab feast. While I love crab feasts, eating it at 7:30 in the morning might be interesting, but I'm up for the challenge. But yeah, so today Ketchikan, and we have to be back on the boat by noon. Yes, I said boat, like boat time, ship time, whatever. But yeah, we have to be back on the ship at noon. So it'll be a quick Ketchikan day. Come along and let's see what we can get into. So we have made it to the Crab Feast Lodge. It was about an hour drive by bus, and then when you get here there's about 100 stairs, but then you get this wonderful view. You do get to eat your crab for breakfast though right away, so just be prepared. So we just finished with our crab feast part of the excursion, and oh my goodness, amazing. If you can only do one crab fest, this is the one you need to do, the one when we get to Ketchikan. You get the lake view. I'll try to do a kind of slow, and then the crab, they refill 3-4 times depending on how fast you're going. They do give you a last call, and then you get a cheesecake afterwards. So I've already instructed everybody that my last meal requests are coming to here because it was amazing.
this one has that long thin marking on its belly, so that's the male crab. And then the females have a marking that looks wider, like the Capitol building there.
Okay.
So you can actually measure them with these calipers. You line it up with those indents on their shell. This one's about 5 3/4 inches. So they have to be 6.5 inches across to be a legal size.
Oh.
So this one's a bit too small still. It takes them about 4 years to grow to the legal size.
Wow.
So this one is over 6.5 inches. So this one would be a legal catch. You can also see on the back of their shell they have those white markings. So those white spots, those are actually a bit different for each of the Dungeness crabs. So that's sort of like a fingerprint identifier for them. Each one has a bit of a different pattern.
Wow.
These hairs are on their face. So those are sensory hairs. They can use those to detect current in the water. They also have these antennae up in between their eyes. So they can detect different chemicals in the water with those. That's part of how they learn more about their environment. Also part of how they communicate with each other. They actually communicate through their pee or their urine. So when they spray that out into the water, they can put different chemicals in it, and that will carry messages to other crabs.
Wow.
Alright, just got back to the ship, literally running into the ship to be on time. We had no extra time to do shopping or see Ketchikan or anything like that. We literally just had enough time to go to our crab fest and wilderness exploration excursion, but it was amazing. It was worth it. Definitely go. And the boat ride for like looking at the scenery and all that was great. And the motor coaches were super comfortable, air and heat. So yeah, definitely a go. So now we're gonna go get some drinks and just like some little niblets to kind of watch the sail away. So follow along. evening, and it is now dinner time. We are going to Moderno tonight, the specialty dining. We're celebrating an anniversary in our group, so yeah, specialty dining, and we decided tonight would be formal night. So we are dressed up, gonna go get some pictures, and then go to Moderno. Come along and join. So just finished the dinner at Moderno, and I wanted to say thank you for some super good service. And here,
Hi!
Thank you for helping.
You're welcome.
So come to Moderno on the Sun.
I don't know these moves, but hope you like this. Yeah. Woo!
Good evening. We are on the end of day 8 on the Alaska cruise on NCL the Sun, Norwegian Sun, and today was Ketchikan. I've already done kind of reviews of the Excursion, which a recap was amazing. Crab Fest and Wilderness something. Great excursion. Definitely worth every penny if you are a crab lover and you enjoy riding on like the boats and stuff like that. I will say the only downside was that you did not get to really explore Ketchikan, like the city, to go shopping, anything like that. We docked in a port that was literally just like a warehouse that had a gift shop in it, but it was a good like 20 minutes to go to the main like downtown other port area. So just keep that in mind if you're really into like souvenir shopping and stuff like that. We didn't have time. We literally got off the ship, went on our bus, went and did the excursion, which was amazing again. It was a great excursion. We got back on the bus. They drove us through town really quickly, and we had to get on the bus. We were literally running to get on, or we had to get on the ship because we literally went straight from the bus to the ship. We did a run, and when I say a run, we did a run through the gift shop trying to find like our have-to-have items like shot glasses, plates, keychains. We have like those 3 things that we always get for each city that we're in, and that's the main thing, is that we want it to be the city that we're in. So I'm like running through all the aisles trying to find those 3 items so that we could get on the ship before we were late. It was very rushed. I really wish we had more time in that port, because it looked like there was a lot of things to do, and I remember seeing from other vlogs that there's a whole bunch to do downtown, and like to see the salmon ladders and all that kind of stuff. We drove by them, but we didn't get to see them, so next time. But the excursion was worth it. It was really good, and definitely had some memories. Got to see a bald eagle like swoop down, eat a fish, take it on up to the tree and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. It was really cool. Crab was delicious, but it was an early morning, and that's all you got to do. Back on the ship, afternoon activities were a little slow, so I just came back and took a rest and all that kind of stuff. Got ready for a formal dinner, And then after dinner, we went to Maduro for dinner, and it was great. Not as fancy, bougie, complete, I would say, as other newer NCL ships. I was on Epic, and it was a little more like fanfare. The salad bar area was a lot grander. The one here had all the items, but it was just kind of put in little bowls and put along the way. But they tried. You could tell what they did is they took part of the buffet and they changed it into the Maderno when the specialty dining became a thing. They made it work, and it was still good. Like, the meats were good. The pineapple will always be my favorite. It's just me. I'm not a huge meat person, so the pineapple is my fave. And then after that, we did some music. The music was pretty good today. Tonight's theme was like throwback, flashbacks, 70s, 80s, 90s, rock, that kind of thing. It was a lot of fun. Kind of skipped venues a little bit. They did have a Queen tribute section that they did in the Bliss Lounge. It was very loud for that lounge, so we actually went out into the atrium and watched it, or listened to it from in there. And then also listened to the atrium person play. It was good. Then we went to the production show. I don't know the name of it, but it's with the production people from here. And it was like a rock and roll theme, kind of 80s, well, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of theme. It was really good. A lot of different, like, kind of changes of costumes and things like that. Is it the best talent that NCL has? No, by far not. But they were very enthusiastic and did as well as they could. You could tell that it was just kind of, this was the last ship put back into service, but it was good. It was a lot of fun to see that kind of production, because we haven't had many on this, even though it was a 9-day. I like the singing and dancing and all that, so it was good. After that, we went to the Perfect Couples game show, which was hilarious. Definitely an adult activity. Like, you have to put a lemon up your partner's pants, make it go across the bridge, and then down the other side, popping balloons in provocative positions, I should say. I don't know. But it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like a quest, adult, kind of task thing, like adult minute to win it kind of things. It was fun. It was a lot of laughs, especially with, depending on who they picked for the contestants. So that was cool. After the game show, it went into the glow party. I was excited to see the glow party. And actually, that didn't even start till 10 o'clock. I know. NCL awake after 10? What? So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had the little glow sticks. They did have a thing earlier today, I believe, where you made a glow shirt, and some of, like, the kids and adults had the glow shirts on. We didn't make it to that, but it was cool. Kind of like the deck party that the other cruise line has, with, like, the long tubes that glow. I still have one, but it's across the room. And things like that. So it was a lot of fun. It was, especially late at night. We know how it's been lacking late at night, but it was a lot of fun. And then it's the Infinity Band is the name of it, but it's the Sailaway Band that I've been talking about all week. They came back and did a final set then at 11. The first, like, 4 songs were upbeat and really good. And I was like, oh, they switched it around finally on the last night. It's upbeat. And then after the 4th song, they decided to go slow again. So we left and we went to the casino, where my favorite server, bartender, or whatever, did me in for the night again. And then I threw my $20 off the side of the ship, but it took longer this time. So that was a good thing. But no, overall, great day. Oh, I forgot to mention that we did have something interesting happen during dinner. We were up in Maderno, which is all the way on the 11th floor, so top, like, on the other side of the buffet. So fancy dishes, all set up, pretty fancy, true glasses, all that kind of thing on the tables. And we had just got sat down, and all of a sudden, the shit tilts. And I mean tilts. Like, glasses are sliding off the table. People are literally leaning and kind of like rolling to the one way. And then I look out and there's whales in the water. We tapped a whale. Oops. But I guess it's a hazard of sailing up here. But the whale was swimming off, so it was not completely hurt, but definitely different and odd, because I mean the ship, it was like literally like glasses were just like falling off the table. I like grab all the glass that was on our table, put my arms around it, and I'm just like holding it as we're like tilting. And after everything settled down and whatnot, the like servers and waiters came over and they were like, "Thank you for holding." I was like, "Oh, well, it's just kind of instinct for me of let's not let all this glassware break." So, but yeah, haven't had that happen. But yes, we tapped a whale, and I'm gonna say tapped, but with the tilts, I'm pretty sure we did more than tap, but we tapped the whale. We did get to see a lot of wildlife while we were up at dinner. We got to see said whales and otters, and it was kind of fun because the wait staff hadn't seen otters yet, because they're all newer contracts. So they were sitting talking to us, all of a sudden, of course, me being me, was like, "Whales! Otters!" So they were all excited about seeing that and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a great day, and tomorrow is our final port day. It's a little odd because it's mainly a sea day, because we don't get into Victoria until 8 o'clock at night, and we will be in Victoria from 8 o'clock at night until midnight, just to check that international blocks, I believe. So yeah, so it's kind of a sea day, so we'll see what we get into tomorrow. But today was a great day. Definitely do the excursion for Crab Fest. Hold on to glassware when you hit a whale. It likes to tilt, so hold on to that glassware. But it was great. Definitely making those memories and not dreams, and enjoying every second of it. Have a good night, guys.